Imagine eating a single meal and dying from it 3 weeks later. No poison, no bacteria, just meat. That is exactly what happened to explorers in the Arctic who made one fatal mistake. They ate the liver of a polar bear. Why would meat, something humans have eaten for millions of years, suddenly become lethal? Why do we almost never eat lions, wolves, eagles, or sharks? But we happily eat cows, chickens, and fish. This isn't a coincidence. It isn't just about taste. There's a hidden biological rule buried inside nature itself. Most people have never heard of it. Once you understand it, you'll never look at a food chain the same way again. Let's start with energy. Every time energy moves through the food chain, most of it disappears. Scientists call this the 10% rule. Plants capture sunlight and store energy. A rabbit eats the plant. It only keeps about 10% of that energy. A fox eats the rabbit. Again, most of the energy is lost. By the time you reach a predator, you're standing at the top of a massive energy pyramid. Predator meat is biologically expensive. There's barely any energy left to harvest. But that's only the beginning of the problem. Here's where things get strange. Predators don't just inherit energy from their prey. They inherit everything their prey ever ate. Everything inside the prey is passed to the predator. Scientists call this biomagnification. It's one of the most dangerous processes in nature. Imagine a tiny fish absorbing mercury from polluted water. The mercury slowly builds inside its body. A bigger fish eats hundreds of smaller fish. All the mercury moves into the larger fish. Then a shark eats many of those large fish. The toxins don't disappear. They become more concentrated. By the time you reach an apex predator, years of toxins have collected inside its body. Its body becomes a storage container for years of pollution. Heavy metals and parasites build up over time. This is why health agencies warn people about eating large predator fish. Predator fish naturally contain much more mercury. But mercury isn't the strangest danger. Scientists discovered something even more surprising. Vitamin A is essential for your body, but too much vitamin A becomes dangerous. Polar bears store enormous amounts of vitamin A in their liver. The concentration becomes extremely high. A single meal can exceed safe human limits. Arctic explorers learned this lesson the hard way. They suffered headaches and peeling skin. Their bodies were poisoned by too much vitamin A. Predator meat doesn't just contain less energy. It also carries years of toxic history. But here's the real mystery. This isn't just biology. It's something much deeper. Even when predator meat is safe, humans still avoid eating it. Why do we naturally avoid predators? Evolutionary psychologists searched for the answer. The answer isn't in your stomach. It's inside your brain. For millions of years, predators were our competitors. Early humans avoided apex predators. Getting close could mean death. Your ancestors learned this lesson. That survival instinct still exists today. Ancient survival programming remains inside your brain. There is one final twist. Herbivores eat plants that constantly grow back. That makes them renewable food sources. They are easier to farm. They are easier to breed. Predators are much harder to raise. They need huge territories. Nature produces very few apex predators. There simply aren't enough predators to feed everyone. Nature itself limits predator meat. Predator meat isn't forbidden by law. Nature created the real restriction. Energy limits predator populations. Toxins make predators even riskier. Evolution shaped our instincts. These instincts still influence modern humans. Everything is connected inside the food chain. Every predator carries the story of its prey. Every meal reflects an ecosystem. Imagine the journey behind every bite. Plants started the entire journey. Energy moved from one life to another. Toxins traveled the same path. Nothing disappears completely. Nature remembers everything. Every predator is a living archive. Every ecosystem leaves its mark. The next meal is more connected than you think. Ask yourself one question.
Are you really just eating an animal? Or are you eating an entire ecosystem? Every bite tells a hidden story. The food chain connects all life. Nature follows rules older than humanity itself. The next time you sit down for a meal, remember, you're looking at millions of years of evolution on one plate.